Welcome to World Chefs Podcast. I'm your host, Ragnar, and you're listening to World on a Plate. As you, most of you know, that competitions is one of the DNA of World Chefs. We play a very strong role in competition, judging, and management. Endorsed competitions around the world. Why is competition so important? Well, really, it allows, since for 100 years, chefs to come together and network, not just to compete, but they learn and they share and they exchange. And this is why it is so important in the development of younger chefs. And we have competitions, as I mentioned, on all levels around the world, from regional levels, national levels, international levels, our own Global Chef Challenge that'll take place in Singapore at the World Chefs Congress in Singapore. The Olympics, where you have 2,000 chefs to come together in Stuttgart, or the World Cup in Luxembourg, or the same. Great to see these. You see these young talent come from national level, reaching out to be Olympic champions, or moving forward to the global, the Bocuse d'Or, or the World Pastry Cup as winners. So much work behind, and so I mentioned that because we play a special role in competitions, and we just added another competition into World Chef endorsed events, and in partnership with Rimini Exhibition Group, World Chef will be managing the judging panel of the Gelato World Cup. And why is this so important? Because really this is a new sector for us, and it's bringing different learning and another dimension of learning to our chefs, of learning about the wonderful world of gelato. So we're going to present that to you. And I have with me, from our new partners, Rimini Exhibition Group, I've got straight from Italy, fresh from Italy, homegrown, Flavia Morelli, who is the group exhibition manager of the food and beverage sector, and Valentina Sorgente, who is the exhibition manager of the CGEP, which is mainly the gelato sector. And so welcome on board, ladies.
Thank you very much, Ragnar. We are very, very happy of this invitation. So thank you so much.
Yeah, we are very excited about this partnership because, as I said, it allows us to add another dimension to our competitors, to the skills that we are developing, and it allows us to go to Rimini every so often. So that's just a bonus.
Absolutely. We are lucky to be in a very nice place, close to the beach and the seaside. But we organize a lot of trade shows, and among these trade shows also a big, very international big show dedicated to gelato. But
that's right. So you Flavia, as you know, you cover various sectors of food and beverage. I know because I was there not so long ago. We go to the beer attraction where we had our own European.
Exactly.
With the FIC, with the Italian chefs, Chef of the Year, the World Chefs European selection. So I can actually experience. It's a great show, great event, and a great location. Yeah. But maybe you want to tell us a little more about.
In fact, we met there, Ragnar, for the first time because we had a longer partnership with the National Federation of Chefs, and from that, as you remembered, we hosted the European selection of the Global Chef Challenge, and so. From that on, we developed our partnership, and now here we are, as you have announced, that we have a new partnership regarding the Gelato World Cup. So just a few introduction of who we are, because we organize a lot of trade shows in different industry clusters. And as you can see on the background, we are Italian exhibition group, and we are one of the leading European companies organizing trade shows and congresses in many and several industry clusters, so from green technologies to jewelry to leisure and wellness and food and beverage sector. And within the company, as you said, I'm responsible for the portfolio of trade shows dedicated to this wonderful sector. And one of these shows is Beer Food Attraction, where we met Ragnar for the first time, and the brand said it's dedicated to beers, beverage, and the food combined with beverage. And then we have this wonderful show named CGEP. Well, next January, we will celebrate our 45th edition. And this big show is very international, and it's, I always say that it's focused on the dolce side, the sweet side of this food service sector. Why that? Because it's focused on gelato, on pastry, chocolates, bakery, and coffee. And so if you enter the show, Ragnar, and we were waiting for you next January.
My ticket is booked, yes.
What you will see all you need, all what a gelato chef need in order to create artisanal gelato. So raw materials, ingredients, machines, technologies, equipment, accessories, all you need, a display cabinet for the gelato shop. You know that, of course, Italy has a strong leadership in this sector, of course, like for the sector of pizza or espresso coffee. And in fact, this word is not translated in English. So it's gelato, exactly like pizza, like espresso, like aperitivo. So it's a name now that it's very well known all around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we'll dive deeper into the gelato pot later. And so yeah, thank you for that. It's amazing what you're doing. And I can say I only been to the beer attraction, and there was a pizza competition there, and it's just so dynamic and so much fun. And we'll talk later about the region and the of Rimini and everything that is to do. But yeah, you put it into a real perspective there. There is so much happening on the food scene within the Italian exhibition group.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be discovered, and we look forward to our partnerships related.
Yeah, you have seen Beer Food Attraction, which is quite a young trade show for us. But when you will see CJ, you will find the whole expo center full, and more than 1,200 exhibiting companies. And just in the last edition, last year, we welcomed more than 170,000 attendants. So it's a very, very visited trade show, not only from Italy, of course, but from all around the world, from 155 countries we had last year. So you can just imagine. So these are sectors that are, especially gelato, has become very popular, not more only Europe, but also in overseas markets. And you know, Ragnar, that we are exporting our brand CJ also around the world. Last year, we launched CJ China in Shenzhen, and also CJ Singapore in Singapore. I mean, we are prairies to conquer, because gelato is still
gelato will conquer the world.
Popular for us in Italy and also in Europe, especially in some key markets, but not so popular in other markets like in North America or in Asia. Yeah. And so our task now is to expand this brand.
And we are really happy to be a part of that, conquering the world with gelato. And just for the audience to know that we're going to follow up with this podcast with some webinars really on technical teaching, learning of how to make artisanal gelato. So for our members, stick with us. This is just an introduction of what is to come. But back to gelato, and thank you for all that support with the chefs as well, because these events allow the chefs to shine, and so I thank you for really being there as a support to us. But back to Valentina. So as so you're exhibition manager of the CJEP and the gelato. So can you tell us more about the Gelato World Cup and what is going to happen there? Like how long does it exist, the Gelato World Cup? How does it come to exist?
Well, hi Ragnar, and hi everybody. Gelato World Cup is the most important competition in the gelato world, and is held every 2 years here in Rimini, CJEP, in the Gelato Arena. It's the Gelato Arena. It's a very spectacular arena. It's more than 1,000 square meters area, where 12 teams will compete to win this prestigious title. Last edition was in 2020. I think that I don't have to explain why in 2022, unfortunately, we have the 10th edition of the Gelato World Cup. But now, after 4 years, we will host the 10th edition of the Gelato World Cup. And so it has its history. It's an important history, because this is not just an event, it's more than a competition, because the project, the reason why we host this competition is to spread the gelato culture. Because as Flavia has already said, actually gelato is well known in Europe, and we are proud of this. And we are proud to call it gelato, not ice cream, because gelato means a different concept from ice cream. Ice cream is it's another product. It's an industrial product, the one you normally buy in the supermarket. The gelato instead, and I underline the Italian words because I'm proud, and a fresh product that is born from the creativity of each gelato chef, because all the ingredients could be commuted in a gelato flavor. I mean, if you want to create a gelato flavor, you can do with everything. I mean, olive oil, I mean, tomatoes, I mean, chocolate, I mean, pistachios, everything should be commuted in a gelato flavors. And it depends just from the creativity and the technical expertise of the gelato chefs. And this is what we want to communicate all over the world. And this is the idea under the project of the Gelato World Cup. And now this 10th edition, well, we can say that now gelato is more well known in the world, but we have a lot of work to do, of course.
So just for the listeners, never call gelato ice cream. That's a big that's like putting pineapple on a pizza. It's like you just get slapped in your face.
Exactly.
Pasta.
Yeah,
never do this.
It's one of the flagship of Italy, and it is not just a product. It's a way in how you produce these products, and strongly linked to the word artisan. So every chef, every gelato chef, but why not every pastry chef in the world? Because we know that pastry is more well known in the world. Every country has its own tradition of pastry. Actually, the gelato culture is more well known in Italy, of course, Germany, France, Spain. So we are always talking about Europe, but even in the US market. And why not? We have discovered that even in the Chinese market, that normally they prefer hot and not so sweet savor. Are starting discovering even European trends, and they appreciate gelato too. Of course, not the same flavors we used to have in our gelato shop here in Europe, different flavors, but this is the idea of gelato. Every chef that knows his own culture, his product, and can create the perfect gelato for their customers, for the city where he's working and for the country where he's living.
And Valentina, we always talk about artisan gelato of Italian tradition. And so in each country, for example, a Chinese or American gelato chef can translate this gelato with its own traditional flavors or the local territorial flavors. So it's a very big...
it can travel, anybody can adapt it, travel.
And the main distinction with ice cream is that it's a fresh product. It's produced every day in the
fresh
of the gelato chef.
Yeah, it's fresh. It has less fat. It has a smooth.
It's very healthy.
Because it's created in a smoother way, so it has a lower freezing, so it has a more flavor, and so I think everybody from now on is going to say, no, this is not ice cream, it's gelato.
Gelato, yeah. And then in next January we will see 12 teams that will compete for.
So tell us about the format of the competition. So the format of the competition. So how is it set up? Like, so you have teams, right? How many in a team?
12 teams. 12 teams will compete at next Gelato World Cup. Every team is made up of 4 professionals one gelato chef, one pastry chef, one culinary chef, and an ice sculptor. And there is even a team manager that help them and support them to create the project because they have to face 11 different tests. It's a very complicated contest because you are a chef, so you know how complicated it is to create a project that involves 11 different tests. And this goes from 3 different artistic pieces, chocolate, crunchy, and ice sculpture. And then the classic one, I mean the gelato cake, the gelato tap, but we have even 2 tests that are quite new because we have mystery boxes and the gelato chef, the teams have to create 2 different flavors with ingredients that discover at the moment. They open the box and they will see mysterious ingredients. And then they have to create their gelato. So it means that especially the gelato chefs has to have a strong knowledge of the balance to create the right recipe, because I don't know if they have maybe an alcoholic ingredients, they have to think about the sugar because it's different, and so on. And these tests will be evaluated by 2 different juries, as you know. One is made up of 5 professionals chosen by your team, so from World Chef Association. And this is a new novelties for this edition. And
you're very proud of it. So
we are very proud of it.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think it's very, very important for the competition to have you in our contest. And the artistic side instead will be evaluated by the team manager. So the team manager will evaluate the artistic side of the trials, while the World Chef jury will evaluate the flavor, the taste of each trials. So the combination of these 2 juries will make the final vote of each trials.
Right, that's right. And so, yeah. So
Valentina mentioned the 12 teams. So you will have nations, different countries. So from Americas, like Argentina, like Brazil, but from Asia, like China or Singapore, and of course, Europe, like Italy, Germany, Poland. So you will have a great variety. It will be really an extraordinary competition.
You have basically 14 teams or 15 teams, 14 from every continent, really, almost.
12 teams.
12 teams. So how how does one qualify to? So if somebody is listening, think, I want to participate. This looks very exciting. How are the qualifiers to become a finalist? To become one of the 12 teams for the finals? You have regional selections, or how does that work?
Yes, we are building a network of regional selection, and this regional selection growing year by year. We have done at CEGEP 2023, so last January, the European selection, but in Latin America, in Argentina, we make the Latin American selection. And then in CEGEP China, as already said Flavia, we have selected the China team. And in Singapore, we have another selection for the Asian teams. So these countries will be participated at next Gelato World Cup. There are 12, and they are studying their project from a lot of months. So we are really, really curious to see what their creativity will realize during the competition next January. The competition lasts 3 days. So it starts on Saturday, and we will know the winner on Monday. And for all the people that cannot be present at CEGEP, they can follow the competition through our app and see what is happening here in the Gelato Arena.
It'd be great to visit. But I think before like even going there, I think a lot of our members, as I mentioned in the beginning, our associations have a very competing mindset, and all the young people in our network, I'm sure one of them, many of them are now thinking like they see themselves on that podium. So just I want to repeat that for the next round of regional selections, they can start preparing now. And with World Chef,
because next edition of CIGE 2025, we will organize the European selection. And the teams who won will compete at the Gelato World Cup in CIGE 2026, because I remember that the Gelato World Cup is every 2 years in Rimini.
So our competition managers, they should start thinking now. And exactly. So this is a promise to our members. We're going to start educating our members also, well, through webinars and also with physical training. They can access resources through your partners, through the president of the Gelato, your organization. We're going to be giving information to our members so they can start preparing for 2025 and hopefully see them on the world podium. So that's exciting times for world chefs. And yeah, so you this is something that you organize with. We should actually mention Giancarlo, president. And his
with Giancarlo Timballo. Yes.
So maybe you can tell us a little bit about his organization and his involvement, how they operate.
Yeah, well, Mr. Giancarlo Timballo is the president of the Gelato World Cup, and so when he started, this is an adventure if you want, because when you have an idea and you have a project and you have, it takes time to let the competition grow. And Mr. Giancarlo Timballo and his team support the project year by year. And now we can say that it's the most important competition in the world for the artisan gelato. And so we thanks to Giancarlo Timballo and his team, because thanks to his idea and we have this important event, and CIGEP, that is the most important event for the gelato sector, is the perfect home for this competition, because where is the right place where this thing happens, even because competition, you know, it's a competition, so there are trials, there are votes, there are juries, there are judges, but more than that, because under the curtains, you will see a lot of relationships that started cooperation with chefs from all over the world. And in the end, one team will win, and the other one probably they will be happy for the winner. I don't know. I hope so. But they will go home with a lot of more relation with the link with the other professionals from all over the world, with different way of working, different recipes, and with a sort of a different idea how the way of the gelato chefs is they can change their mindset, they can change their flavors, just to give just a simple idea. And we see that year by year is not just a competition, but is more than that.
But as you said at the beginning, Ragnar, since the World Chef, you are very strong in competitions, and also this Gelato World Cup is an extraordinary opportunity of sharing experiences, of doing networking. And so certainly it's a competition, but then everyone will enhance their technical skills, will enhance their knowledge about this wonderful food sector, and certainly their also professional career can be enhanced by this experience, although they will not win the competition. But I mean, a lot of gelato chefs that have passed through this competition have become very famous in their countries, and so and we are very happy for that. And so the competition can change also your career and your future, your profession. So as you certainly know, with all the competition that you organize all around the world.
It's a great opportunity in a market that is growing. It's going to be a world trend. So so our members should be taking note and starting to learn now. And we definitely do our part in teaching our chefs. Of course, as a jury, we are very humbled to be part of the jury. I mean, we have jury seminars. We certify judges in different categories, like for the hot kitchen and pastry and in vegan and in community catering. Now we're bringing in the gelato, so we need to also educate our jury. We have some great experts that are participating in the jury in Rimini. So we have from all over the world as well, who are really sort of become expert, like Carlos Sauber from Luxembourg. We have Ljubica Komlenic from who is Serbian. We have Gilles Renusson, who is French. Anne Brown from Scotland. Brandon Hill from Australia. These are names that our members they know very well because they've been judging for a long time. They are international judges. Absolutely no doubt about their integrity, and so we are looking forward to sharing that they actually absorb this experience, and we start sharing that with more of our members. Why not have specific judging seminars for gelato? And definitely we'll have webinars and competition webinars for competitors to excel in gelato. So yeah, we will put gelato on the world map together.
Perfect.
Yes.
Very happy and pleased to welcome worship judges in Rimini next January. So
yeah, in Rimini. So I mean, so if anybody listening just want to experience the excitement and thinking about competing, you should definitely visit Rimini. But you live in Rimini, so why visit Rimini? Tell us, what do you love about Rimini?
well, Rimini, I don't know if everyone knows this wonderful Italian town. It's just in front of the sea. It's a very famous touristic destination, but since decades. And of course, in summer, a lot of international tourists come into Rimini. But thanks also to our activity and to our the organization of trade shows and congresses now. I mean, the town is lively all the year round. Just imagine that during SIGEP, all the hotels are fully booked, almost more than August time, you know. So it's high season for the hotel system in Rimini during SIGEP. And then Rimini has a long also history, like a lot of Italian towns. It goes back to Roman times. We have wonderful places also to visit, famous Roman bridges, so the August Arch, or there is a wonderful beach. It has run along a big renovation, and there are a lot of wonderful also walking to do after the show, after SIGEP, or early in the morning. A lot of visitors just before coming to the expo center, just walking along the beach just before going inside our pavilions and just jump in the gelato arena and everything. So I think that I mean, trade shows is also a wonderful occasion. Okay, doing business, absolutely. Business is the first word. Networking, education, information, and then there is also the after show, and also the restaurants and going around Rimini. It's another wonderful informal occasion, opportunity to get in more relation with all the community in the show in a very nice environment. Rimini is a very welcome town, and just to know that now it's candidated for being in 2026 the Italian city for culture. Because we have done a lot of things also in terms of culture, theaters and activities. So it's not only more beaches and sun and and vacation in August, but it's there are a lot of history to discover. And I think that it will be a very nice experience especially for international visitors.
Especially chefs, because you mentioned dining, and the region is very well known for world famous products as well.
Yeah, we have a wonderful piadina, which is a special bread that is just made here in Romagna, which is the region where Rimini is located. we have wonderful wines, we have wonderful food and fish and
Pasta.
pasta, of course, kind of pasta typical from here. I mean, for all the people coming to Rimini for the first time and to see Egypt especially, and when we discovered the show, when they just enter, the first exclamation is wow, because really it's over their expectations, and then the town around can offer you more fun and experience.
That's right, and you're in the heart of the Emilia-Romagna region, where you have Parma ham, you have Parmigiano, you have balsamico vinegar, and if somebody right, there's a Ferrari there, yeah.
Yeah, Ferrari and Lamborghini.
Lamborghini. So
we are the motor valley, we are the food valley, so we have half mechanical and half food. So we go by bike and by car, and we like to eat and drink food like all Italian people, as you know. But you can. Your friends, Rocco Pozzulo, the president of the National Federation, we hosted their national competition, as you know, in beer food attraction for many years. And we are very, very happy and honored to enlarge our partnership with you and with the global association. So
thank you likewise. So we have millions of reasons to go to Rimini. So you too, thank you very much for coming on the podcast, and thank you for your support to the chef community in Italy, around the world. And we are very, very proud of our collaboration that we hope we're gonna just grow together, and as you said, we're gonna conquer the world with gelato.
Yeah, so we are just to say, well, we wait all of you coming to Rimini next January, from the 20th to the 24th of January next year in Rimini. And so please book the hotel, because they are right now.
Okay, thank you both.
We look forward to welcome you, Ragnar, in Rimini.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to being there. So thank you, Flavia. Thank you, Valentina.
Thank you, Ragnar. Thank you to you.
And for everyone there listening, thank you very much for joining our podcast, World on a Plate. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you next week. So everybody, take care and be safe.
Bye-bye from Rimini.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.